So you want to live in a tiny house? Well, I've been living in a tiny house now for 3 years and I really like it. There are a lot of good things about living in a tiny house. First of all, when you live in a tiny house, it doesn't cost a whole lot to keep it up. Unless you have a lot of property around it that you have to take care of, that's one thing. But as far as the house itself, it's easy to clean because it's pretty much one room and a loft where I live. So right now I'm not in a tiny house. I'm in a big house. I'm house sitting, which is part of what I do for a living, and I really enjoy it because I get to stay in big houses and actually have a kitchen and things like that, which I don't have in the tiny house. So the things about the tiny house that I like are the fact that it's easy to clean, the fact that it doesn't cost much to heat it because it's very small, and I have a fireplace so I can use wood to heat, which is cheap or free, depending on if you can find some free wood and chop up and bring it to the house. That's good. And if you want to get up and go, it's easy to get up and go and close it up. No problem. It's easy in those ways. The thing that I've been finding lately in the winter is kind of rough because I like entertaining. I like having people over for dinner, and I don't have space for that. I live in Pennsylvania, and in the wintertime, I have a lot of trouble. It's kind of lonely, and I don't have space for people to come and eat. In fact, even if I have one friend over to eat, they're sitting at a table and I'm sitting on a chair across the room, which isn't very far, but I'm still not enjoying my meal at the table with someone. And that's just a matter of getting another folding chair to put there at the table, which is no big deal, but I still haven't done it. So that's one thing that's not so great about being in a tiny house when you like to entertain. Where I live, though, however, during the summer, it's beautiful there, and I can have space outside, which I do. I have a table with 6 chairs and another smaller table with 2, and I can entertain, and we can have picnics outside, which is wonderful. There's a pond to swim, which is really nice. So during the summer, it's nice. I can have people over as long as the weather is good, and people can come in one by one to use the bathroom, and it's not crowded, and we're outside, which is nice. So that can be more than half the year. I can actually have more people over and have more fun that way. But the winters are kind of rough. So I'm making this video because I'm kind of letting people know if you pack it all in and just save a couple things and move into a tiny house, it's not really all that it's cracked up to be all the time. So I'm lucky enough that I can get away and do some house sits and actually spend time in a big house with a kitchen, and it's just really nice this way. So I kind of have a nice balance. I usually go away for the winters, somewhere maybe Florida, Costa Rica, or something like that to get away, but I haven't been. This winter I haven't really gotten away, and I found that it's kind of rough in the winter to not get away and to not be able to have that time to just expand and see more than the small 4 walls that kind of could be rough if you're there too often. So if you have any questions about tiny house living or want some ideas about things, and just to see if it's for you, because it's not for everybody. It really isn't. It's definitely a simpler way of life. I also like to do crafty kind of things, sew things and make pillowcases for people for gifts, and I miss having a sewing machine, and I recently bought one on Facebook online, but the truth is I don't have space to set things out to actually do that kind of work unless I bring the sewing machine here where I'm house sitting, and I might do that. So if you have certain lifestyle things that you like to do, you might be giving some things up. And on the other hand, like I said, when you live in a small house, life is a lot simpler and easier in a lot of ways too. If you don't like cleaning, you could get the whole house cleaned in, a couple hours. It's pretty nice. So ups and downs, like anything. Thanks for watching. Subscribe somewhere around here. It'll show up for you to subscribe. And I hope to see you again soon. And if you have any other questions, let me know. Take care. Love you. Peace. Bye.